Hey, this is Troy Baker, and you're watching the Hybrid Network.
Hey guys, how's it going? Josh here with another bio. It's Tuesday, that's what we do. If you've been checking out the schedule we have at the end of the video. So anyways, yeah, this one is a little bit different because usually we have a Marvel, DC, we've done Valiant, we've done Image, we've done, I think, IDW characters, maybe two, correct me if I'm wrong, and we've done Shonen Jump. But this one's Valiant, and the reason why I'm doing this one is because first off, this character is really cool. And second off, I think a lot of people don't know about this character, and a big part of this is giving characters exposure that may not have, you know, interest in them initially, but after hopefully listening about this character and hearing about the character, you know, interest will come to him. So all I have to say really is he's in a lot of Valiant stuff like Unity, X-Men War, the Valiant. He has his own series, so if you want to pick up a Valiant comic, you'll probably see him in there. Also, he has a brother. The Eternal Warrior has a brother, Armstrong from Archer and Armstrong, and Ivan the Time Walker. So definitely the connections there, pretty much they're everywhere in the Valiant comics. But let's get on to the origin. I don't want to talk too much. So before the beginning of recorded history, the Earth was in battle with a death god named Nurgle. Now, to combat this, the Earth gave certain abilities over the Earth and connected spiritually with, you know, a certain human. This human was called the Geomancer. Now, obviously, the Geomancer, even though it had a connection to the Earth and certain abilities, it was not impervious to being killed. So, the Earth needed to make another being, or have another being, I should say, that could fill in the role of basically being the guardian of the Geomancer, technically being the guardian of the Earth, just by default, of how the Geomancer and the Earth, they're so connected that if the Geomancer dies, the Earth falls into quote-unquote darkness. And obviously, if the Geomancer lives, the Earth will flourish. So it's this interesting connection there. And if you really want to think about it, I know when I talk to people about this, put it simply, if you've been reading Earth 2 Green Lantern from the Earth 2 comic by DC in New 52, it's pretty much like that. The Geomancers are what basically Green Lantern is to like the Earth and all that stuff. Basically the Earth's kind of representative on the world, you could say. But like I said before, the Geomancers weren't impervious to being killed, so they need a protector, and that's where the Fist and Steel of the Earth comes in, which is essentially the Eternal Warrior. He can't die. He lives forever, with his sole purpose being protecting the Earth, and the Geomancer in particular. So, the Eternal Warrior we're focusing on, the Fist and Steel of the Earth, is Gilead Enipada. Now, there have been other ones, like his brother. I mentioned before his brother, you know, Ivan the Time Walker, also Armstrong from Archer and Armstrong. They're technically also what would be considered like Eternal Warriors, you could say, but they don't take the job. Gilead really took the job out of all three of them and went with it. Also, Gilead has kids, but his kids, even though they are immortal also, they don't, you know, carry on the title, so to speak. So it really just falls on him. He successfully performed his duties after, you know, he became the Eternal Warrior for centuries, for millennia. Like basically this dude was around, like I said before, before like recorded history, like 6,000 something BC. He was, you know, kicking and screaming, killing people left to right. So yeah, anyways, after a while, the death god Nurgle, you know, obviously he noticed this, and you know, since he's in a you know, like he's in an eternal battle with the Earth, he saw the Earth made a representative and a protector, so he kind of has to do the same thing. So he made his own kind of avatar called the Immortal Enemy. That's what it's called, it's not its real name. And this Immortal Enemy, basically its sole purpose is to find the Geomancer and kill it. That's it. As soon as the Geomancer, you know, shows abilities, which proves its connection to the Earth, the Immortal Enemy comes and kills it. So there can be more death and, you know, more rot, so to speak, and decay. So essentially after this happened, the role of the kind of Eternal Warrior turned from being the protector of the Geomancer to not only protector of the Geomancer, but the killer of the Immortal Enemy. And when the Immortal Enemy started appearing, Gilead started failing, you know, Geomancers started dying, not like of old age or anything, but, you know, just being killed. And if you want to see more about this, read The Valiant, which is pretty cool. I'm going to review it in bulk, because I'm going to start doing more bulk reviews, because I feel like it's better for like miniseries and things like that, such as The Valiant. It's a 4-part miniseries, and yeah, they really go into like the immortal enemy and the dynamic between him and Gilad, and it really plays a toll on him, because basically his sole purpose in life, and he can't die at all, so his sole purpose in life is to protect the Geomancer from this thing that keeps coming and kills it. So anyways, Gilad and the immortal enemy, like I said before, they enter a never-ending battle for the fate of the Geomancer, and, you know, by the association, you know, the fate of the Earth, because if the Geomancer dies, like I said before, Earth falls into, so to speak, darkness. But anyways, yeah, that's about it. It's really all you need to know about the Eternal Warrior to just go into his comic, because he's lived for so long, he's had so many, not identities, but so many roles in different, you know, time periods. There really is no, so to speak, like set place to really stop and be like, alright, this is where you go. All you can really do is give him his background, and then you can just go in there, and they do a pretty good job. Like, he's not super continuity tied down or anything like that. He's a very fluid character. You can use him in basically any capacity you want. So let's get into his abilities. He is obviously, like I said before, immortality, also healing and durability. He can't be killed by any like known methods. You can break his arm, he'll heal immediately. You can shoot him, he'll heal immediately. You can like drop him from like a helicopter, he'll heal immediately. Like, you can stab him, it doesn't do anything. So the dude just keeps trucking. He's like the ultimate tank fighter in, like, I guess an MMO, you could say, like infinite health, but all the damage. He also is essentially the greatest fighter and warrior to ever live, considering he was around since before record history. He can't die, and he knows every fighting style, weapon, and tactic, strategy, whatever have you, used on Earth in human history, because he's been there and he's outlived everybody, he's outlearned everybody in that regard. He's not the smartest guy though, but he's still really smart in his own right. So, example, like Einstein would still be able to outsmart him, because, you know, he doesn't study science. This guy studies war and things along those lines. Like, he's the eternal warrior, not the eternal scientist. So that's about it for this guy. I hope you guys learned about this character. I hope you guys get into this character. He's a really cool character. Valiant has a lot of really good characters to read from, so I can't say enough. Like I said before, go read Valiant. And for everybody that wants Aquaman, he is coming soon, probably next Tuesday, because CJ is going to probably take the Saturday bio. And yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys later.